Ballin'. Hey, I know it's a real haha funny meme that a white guy would make a video about Eminem, but this shit's been kind of bugging me. So if you're not really up to speed with white people lore, I'll fill you in. Don't worry about it. See, when we get tired of lo-fi chill beats to relax study to, we always go, the only other fucking option we have is Eminem. Like the way God intended. People used to like Eminem because he wasn't really a cookie cutter artist. It was just kind of refreshing to see somebody that was completely different from everybody else. Kind of like how 6ix9ine is today. And he kind of gained a reputation for just calling other celebrities out, which it's drama, so it's going to pick up. That shit's funny. But for people that don't actually understand rap, maybe they listen to... If you say spiritual, lyrical, miracle, individual, they think you're fucking spitting bars because they just think it's about the rhyme and not about the flow or about the way shit's structured. Structuring rap is the whole reason that Eminem is as big as he is.
Baba Booey.
A common theme that I'm going to keep going to in this video is the fact that he's not a bad rapper at all. That's never the problem. That's never going to be the problem. The problem is he's not a good song maker. See, when you listen to something like this...
My name is... What? Excuse me. My name is...
That shit's hot. People wouldn't listen to that. That just sounds nice. It has a nice flow. You can fucking groove to it, tap your foot. You can do white people shit, snap.
I've created a monster. Cause nobody wants to see Marshal no more. They want shady, I'm chopped liver.
This is a banger. Whites from all over the country are gonna hit the Carlton dance to that shit.
I've created a monster. Cause nobody wants...
Then when you compare it to something like this...
Oh, my sins need holy water. Feel it washing over me.
You have to stop for a minute and say, this is a rap album by Eminem, right? Of course, you can push the genres of a few things. Kendrick does that a lot. He uses a lot of jazz in his beats. Or I should just say music. But if you feature Ed Sheeran on a rap album, nobody's trying to listen to that. I think Ed Sheeran thinks he can rap, and then I think everybody else knows he can't, but we're just kind of like, you go, bucko, you're killing it. And I'm not saying Ed's part is bad or anything. I like Ed Sheeran. But the two just don't go together. To put it in the simplest terms, if you were to read a Cat in the Hat book, I think he means Dr. Seuss. What a fucking dumbass. It would be pretty easy to understand what the rhyme scheme is. For the most part, it's just AA, which means only one thing rhymes in it. And more often than not, it would be the last word in the sentence. Now, if you're a rapper and you do this, then you're terrible. And you'd be shocked as to how many pop artists or artists from different genres actually write like this. For some reason, they feel the need to have it rhyme at the end. If you really open your mind up to this, I might make a video on this entirely. A lot of people do this, and you realize that a lot of people don't know how to write a fucking song. Now, with that in mind, if you look at Eminem's music, it looks actually something more like this. It's all over the place. Some things you forget about, and then it comes back. Every sentence isn't structured out the same way. It doesn't rhyme this with this, and that with that, and this and this. It's more connect the dots. It could be anywhere. And while this is going on, he's usually throwing metaphors out there that have double meanings, which is just more stuff for you to pick up on. And usually while that is going on, he's saying something stupid or funny about somebody that you know. And being able to do all three of those things is why exactly he is where he is. It doesn't really matter what he's rapping about because how he's structuring it is so fucking well written that it doesn't even matter. But as of recent, Eminem's been kind of on a downward curve, and he doesn't understand why. If you were to ask him or just listen to his music, he would completely blame it on the fact that the consumer doesn't want his music anymore. They don't understand his rap. His rap is just too complicated for the normies, is basically what he's saying. They just want mumble rap now and really hard-ass beats. Which, to a degree, that is kind of true. But from a business standpoint, if you're a restaurant or if you're a retail business, the consumer, the customer, is always right. If your shit's not doing, what you expect it to do, then sometimes you have to look at yourself and ask yourself, what are you doing wrong? Eminem sucks at being catchy. Like, just flat out isn't good at it. Some of his biggest songs, he has Rihanna on it, which makes sense because Rihanna does hip-hop. She's still fitting within the genre. If she does your chorus for you, it's gonna make sense. If you do these people, not gonna work. Not gonna work. Haha, no. What are you thinking? Instead of realizing that that's the problem, he just digs himself a deeper hole by saying, you guys are too fucking stupid to understand what I'm saying, which is just not true at all. Nowadays, his flow is just kind of really, really choppy.
Was a have not, cause my pockets didn't have knots. I was so broke. On my last rocket, ball like Jay, but not Jason. Jay-Z, J.S. Leno, cause I got a...
It's up and down, it's everywhere, which he is true to himself, so at least he's not going with the type of thing that every rapper's fucking doing nowadays. But if it's going to be 100% structure and no real flow to it, then the flow has to come from the chorus, which is why one of his biggest songs right now is the song he did with Juice WRLD. Granted, that motherfucker dead, so people gonna listen to his music after he's gone, but this chorus smacks. Listen to this shit.
I look like a villain.
That's good, bro. I want to listen to that. And if you're going to throw in, a bunch of structured shit people can break down in between, cool. But you got to have one or the other. If you're entering a fucking lyric contest, blow them out the water. If you're entering a song contest, you're bottom tier, bro. You can't have this choppy ass flow and actually ask yourself, I don't understand why I don't have mass appeal anymore. Let me ask you a question. How the fuck do you dance to this?
Never so dope, full of gold rope. Wanted one though, they were so dope.
The answer is you don't. You can't. You'd look fucking retarded. But that's what he wants because he's gotten top producers on his songs. They ain't got that dope.
Mike Will made it.
They keep fuck him up. Another thing I want to point out is what is he rapping for anymore? Before it's like, oh yeah, I'm giving my daughters a future, this and this, I'm real hot shit right now. I'm just talking about all the new hot shit in my life. These days, it's honest to God, just kind of like you're rapping to rap. And half the shit you say, I swear to God, I've probably heard you say before. And it's not really as hard or meaningful as your other lyrics. Like this type of shit, there's nothing really hard about that, man. You talk about machine guns and RPGs and bazookas, you sound like a fucking 8-year-old. And if you really are rapping just for the hell of it, which is definitely what it seems like, then there's just no meaning behind that. The Kamikaze album did okay because there was a point to it. You were going at people that talk shit about your last one, and in doing so, structured things very well, the beats were nice. You didn't exactly need some type of flow for that because there was a fucking point. That filled the gap. I say the album did well, but it's really like 3-4 songs on the album did well. These other ones, it's just kind of the same bullshit. He always has like a romantic song in there. It's just kind of silly. A word you could definitely classify with Eminem is corny. For example, the album named Music to be Murdered By, it's cringe. Like, seriously cringe. I don't understand why the hell you'd ever call something that. Like, it's logic levels of being just fucking corny as shit. Boo! It's light now. Every song he does now just seems like a desperate attempt to, like, be really fucking hard. And it's actually just extremely corny. If the point of it is to be silly, then, we can fuck with you. But there's definitely some rediscovering he needs to do in his career. Anyway, that's the meme. You can fuck off.
Of course I'm on point. I'm driving a Porsche over the floorboards, over the 4 points, wearing the 4 thorns, getting an abortion and a divorce at the same time. The years supporting. Well, you don't got the stamina, you're lacking the stamina. You're lacking the stamina while you're divorcing Harrison Ford, and I'm in a Porsche, the floor porn. You're using way too many napkins.